KSI and Speed. They'll be in London on Friday night. Bring the kids down. I didn't, and my kids were absolutely mental.
Sorry, Adam, that movement there, very, very good from McKenna. Just span off out of that blue corner to the centre of the ring, switching. Settled nicely.
He's clever, McKenna. You mentioned the sparring with Terence Crawford. He's got 19 wins in a row since he turned back in December 2017. See how he moves from sort of southpaw to orthodox. He's thinking about this, trying to confuse Liam Smith on the way in.
And it's important when Liam throws a single shot that McKenna throws in combination, even if there's 2 punches, just react quite quick.
There's a spot of blood on the nose of McKenna, and it might come down to whether he's physically strong enough to deal with the championship rounds. That's where Liam Smith says he's going to get him.
What Smith does well, we just seen a few seconds ago, it didn't really come up for him, but he sees an opportunity to throw that double jab and then throw the right hand really quick, to slide that front foot forward, and he closes the gap very efficiently.
And slips so well inside the jab, the orthodox jab. That sets up that left to the body. You can go back upstairs with the left hook, the right hand. But that's slipping and sliding this side. That's a lovely lead uppercut from McKenna though.
Good work here from McKenna again. Feeling nice and relaxed. Not intense pressure from Smith. There's enough pressure if you're inexperienced and panic, and he's not. Smith's got to let his hands go a little bit here now.
You might know that the early rounds will go to McKenna. Liam Smith, he's so seasoned at these long fights. And it's all for McKenna to prove tonight that he's certainly showing us some real quality early. Boxing out of the southpaw stance now. Really trying to shake it up and show something different to Liam Smith.
Yeah, and he's using the momentum of Smith coming forward to land those shots like that right uppercut. Teach him the shot.
Sweet shot from McKenna, and that will fill him and his corner full of confidence. He feels he's done everything right in his career so far. He needed an opportunity like this.
And you're right, Smith would have been aware that, you know, these early rounds are going to go to the younger guy with the longer reach and the fresher engine, but still, he's still got to make McKenna feel something. So just a little bit more active with the hands here for Smith would take dividends down the stretch, and that's for sure.
Right, let's get in for Conor Ben. Also Tom Sellers, the 2-star Michelin chef. He's here tonight somewhere. He's a big Ben supporter as well. So despite the boos he got earlier, Conor, from the crowd, there are plenty that fancy him and want him to do this tonight.
It has been split opinion, whether you're asking the stars or people within the trade or the fan. A real mixture of opinions. He started well, McKenna, hasn't he? In this contest, moving nicely, switching, showing really quick hands for a middleweight.
Smith still keeps his shape. That's impressive hand Smith always throughout his career. Even in defeat, he always keeps his hands up high, keeps those shoulders to the side on always.
Tell you what's also impressive. I like the movement from McKenna, it's very good, but I would like him to move back to the centre of the ring. The reason he's not doing it is Smith is stopping him from doing it. You just see there, as he moves to his right, McKenna, he just brings that left foot across Smith, just stopping McKenna navigating himself to the middle of the ring.
And he's working very hard, McKenna, and it's very early on, so just going to have to control that pace, because Smith with that high guard will just try and stalk around, won't he, and find the body at times and back him up.
Just getting the judgment distance right here, McKenna. He's just throwing just before Smith gets a little bit too close. Smith trying to walk him down, but then his hands go. There's not a lot on the shots, so they're scoring punches and frustrating punches, I would say, for McKenna.
How's Smith looking to you after the injuries and the timeout?
Yeah, he looks fine. I kind of feel he would have expected this, a fast start from McKenna. But he's patient, that he's been around, he's seen it all, Liam Smith. It's just another day in the office for him.
It's an important day in the office. He believes he should have the Eubank trilogy. McKenna needs this because he wants that world title shot. And he believes he's good enough at this point, that he's got that experience both in sparring and in the ring through his career. December 2017, it's been nearly 8 years. Time to let him off the leash. Good body shots.
Fell off with that right hand there, Smith.
Very close to that shot. But I really think this is good matchmaking. Really, really good matchmaking. To see how much Smith has left, and is McKenna ready for that step up in class?
Boxing well so far,
He
isn't
is, really well.
Yep, there's a nice rhythm. A bit like Vidal Riley got into in the previous fight, but Liam Smith not doing much wrong here, and he individual one, and then Naz was cheering at ringside. What a night for Bruno that was.
Fantastic, well deserved after all those. It just never looked like he was going to get over the line, but that's perseverance in this sport is the biggest weapon.
Yeah, what a good fourth attempt. The world heavyweight champion Frank Bruno, and so popular.
Yeah, it was a nice 1-2 that from Liam. So sort of punched down with a straight 1-2. Almost on the chest of McKenna.
Just keep an eye every now and again on Smith's ankles again, because he went back to his corner, he was rolling them himself. I don't know whether that's just a habit now or whether there is an issue still with those ankles.
Maybe he's adopted the Barry Jones shuffle.
Oh, easy.
Well, he looks light on his feet there, Liam Smith. Wear and tear of the battles over 38 professional fights. He was a good amateur, not as good as Stephen. His brother has become a decent trainer. He's probably the best amateur of the Smith brothers. Of course, Callum having that fantastic win against Joshua Buatsi against the odds. And Liam believes he's got plenty left tonight.
Just looking a bit slow there, Smith. He just let that right hand go, which is usually when he slipped forward, was a good weapon for him. And McKenna evaded it quite comfortable, got back in the centre of the ring and using the jab again.
Yeah, just want to see Liam Smith throw off in the slip now. He's done the hard work, he's missed the shot. Now let yours go. Whether it be a left to the body, a right hand over the top of the jab.
There's the jab from McKenna. The reach he's got on it.
A bit more variation with that shot required, I think, from McKenna. Let's go downstairs with the jab.
A good head move there from McKenna. Smith did the right thing there. He slipped inside. Slipped to the left with the right hand over the top, but McKenna was, well, good vision, good head movement, good lateral movement.
Just going all over the referee there, Liam Smith. McKenna's not overruled at all. He's trying to back Smith up here. This is really an impressive start from the Irishman. Thousands here filling up at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and McKenna doesn't care. It's just down to business here.
No, and it looks like he's trying to take the step forward now. He's meeting Liam Smith in the centre of the ring. That could get interesting.
Yes.
Good work to the body.
Lovely work. I was going to say, I'm not sure if that's a good thing yet. You know, unless you can feel Smith physically tiring or lose a bit of strength. But be careful you don't walk on the shots.
Winning the rounds though, McKenna. Some real standout wins over the years. Those fights with Liam Williams, Anthony Fowler, Jesse Vargas, a really good one. And of course, when he beat Chris Eubank the first time, and that set the questions about whether Eubank's punch resistance is quite as good as it was in the early part of his career. Of course, Eubank got the win in the rematch and looked really good, but how much was that down to Liam Smith and the injuries? We wait to see later on. Now Liam Smith with an uppercut. That's better from him, but Aaron McKenna winning these early sessions.
Yeah, but he's come out with a bit more intense.
Just getting warm for pushing with the left forearm there, McKenna.
More intensity, Smith. A bit more urgency, more desire to land the big shots on the front foot.
Got to throw these slips to not Liam Smith. McKenna still looking fast, still looking full of energy. And nice and sharp with his reactions here, McKenna.
Yeah, good feet, good movement, speed as well that McKenna has, and the freshness of youth. Lovely body shot and an uppercut. Good variety from McKenna, and Smith has to answer, trying to get his own body shots on. Action warming up in the fifth.
Yeah, exactly that. Has a really, really good variety of shots. The arsenal that McKenna has, really impressive. The long jab, the hook downstairs.
I think he's hard to touch back, isn't he, McKenna? Because his arms are so long, so ungainly to very hard to get inside, please.
I think he's stronger than he looks, McKenna.
A wiry strength.
Wiry, awkward 10 knockouts so far for McKenna. Looking for the uppercut, say the corner. Stephen just a few feet away from us, shouting for his brother to throw the uppercuts from the unusual angles.
Yeah, when he dips to the left there, he can do that left with the body, left uppercut through the middle. Smith. Oh, up with the head there, Smith.
Blood.
Oh, look at that.
Yep, there's damage.
He was frustrated in there, Liam Smith. Too sure how that damage to the eye has happened. It's not ideal.
Lovely jabs, Darren, from McKenna, and look at him, he's really getting into his groove here. I think he's starting to enjoy it in there, Aaron McKenna. Liam Smith with work to do here.
Good hand speed there and good foot speed as well there from McKenna. Not bad off with that right hand of Smith, but holding his feet and having to pay the price there from the young pretender here.
Yeah, really good. I mean, the jabs from orthodox and southpaw. He takes a step back, good variety of work, nice flurries, doesn't get too greedy.
Really impressed with this early work from Aaron McKenna. Punches from all angles, wiry, skillful, and there's confidence now too for the Irishman. Body shot back from Liam Smith, but so far it's all Aaron McKenna. Want to be at Tottenham, although Frank's got a box at Arsenal, so it's away territory for him too. Anthony Yard, another Arsenal fan, a lot of North London interest here. Liam Smith, big Liverpool fan, of course, in the white and aqua colours tonight, and the tall, wiry, spidery figure of Aaron McKenna, the silencer. Boxing really, really well, and I want to know how Carl Frampton has got it, my friend. Carl, how are you seeing things?
I've given McKenna every round up until this point. I think he's boxing beautifully, really well at times, moving well. He looks like the more experienced fighter in here. He's not using too much of the ring, but just moving enough. Still looks fresh as well, and he's sharp shooting too. Now, I thought going into this it was going to be a fight of two halves, and Liam Smith would come into it in the second half, which still may be the case, but at this stage, I have McKenna well in front and boxing beautifully.
Well, referee John Latham there, ticking him off. McKenna, who's got a handy lead though.
Yeah, and it hasn't taken him out of his stride. Lovely southpaw left there, straight down the middle, sharp shot, it really was. He's never been flustered, has he? You know, it's educated pressure to some degrees from Liam Smith. Look, he's not working as much as he should be, but he's creeping forward, he's not getting comfortable. This is really good work with that right uppercut.
4 uppercuts in a row there, and another one from Aaron McKenna. Stephen was calling for them, and his brother is delivering them, and Carl Frampton is right. This is a real display of someone that believes in himself, almost like he's the champion in that.
And I think that's the reason why Liam hasn't got no momentum in some of his work. He's got McKenna's firing back. After 2 shots from Smith, McKenna automatically fires back, and that just stops the attack there of Smith. I think McKenna as well, he's picked his, as Carl was saying, he's picked the spots really well, hasn't got too greedy, then the punches go, we're making sure every punch is smart and neat.
And working around the target there, really impressive. Again, the uppercut, you can't miss, he needs to tighten those elbows up, Liam Smith.
Uppercut from Smith, but it's few and far between. He's got to bite down on his gun shield, the popular Merseysider, because at the moment this is Aaron Noel McKenna's night. He's coming of age on the biggest stage.
Look at the time there from McKenna, one on, they were nice straight down the middle. Yeah, the shots are just tight and tight, empty you a little bit.
Another body shot, side to side, McKenna. This is the display of his life so far in his 20th fight, and Smith's going to have to dig ever so deep. It's all McKenna, and it's one-sided.
He's fighting on muscle men.
For boxing, full stop, everything moving forward. changing for the better. You can see so much live on the zone.
Oh, lovely. Just boxing so well. It's the biggest fight of his career in a massive stage. You know, you could forgive him if he panicked or crumbled under the pressure, but he just boxed so well.
Barry, we've been around him all week, Aaron. There's been no signs of that at all. The camp know how good he is. He was a terrific amateur, really, really good. He turned pro young, and they're just taking it steady. And it seems they've got the perfect time to deliver this sort of performance.
Yeah, he's been built nicely, and he's got a lot to like about his boxing. Quiet guy, but a confident guy. And with a very good team, and he's really boxing nicely here.
And let's not forget, coming off his 2 best wins pretty much over his last 3 fights, he had 2 real stand-up wins here, McKenna. That was full of confidence, but this was, make no bones about it, a massive step up in class. A leap of faith, and he's just risen to the occasion.
That was a good right hand from Smith to the body. Just took it partly on the left elbow, McKenna.
That's what he needs to go downstairs. Liam Smith has quickly got one back from McKenna. A little bit of just puffiness around the eyes of McKenna. It could get tough second half of this. He's boxed so well so far, coming off those winners over Mickey Ellison and Giovanni Estella.
Added to all the other quality Smith has, and he's been a quality fighter. He's finding it hard. I just think his reaction's a little bit slower here than I've seen for a long time.
And for me, it's McKenna choosing to hold his feet a bit more now, picking the moments. He's varying up the power of the shots, the placement of the shots. It's on his terms.
That's that little spin, changing southpaw spin and throwing that right hand. Really working here for McKenna.
Smith trying to get an uppercut in close. Again, work from McKenna is just catching the eye each and every time.
But he's not loading up, that's why. He's nice and through with the shots, so they're clear at the score. There's speed in it, but he makes sure there's enough weight behind him as well.
Fluency, that's what he is tonight, Aaron McKenna.
I'd like to see that double left hook that he throws so well, Liam Smith, when he taps upstairs and drops the left to the body. Try and get right round that right elbow of McKenna.
I think he's trying to get there. I just think he's struggling to get his replacement right.
Yeah, is it the age and stage and that inactivity of Liam Smith, or is it just that McKenna with his speed and versatility, and Smith with the result so far? Aaron McKenna winning this, winning it comfortably. Smith with huge work to do. He's just got to keep trying to cut the corners and back McKenna up onto the ropes, hasn't he, Darren?
Yeah, look, I think so. Cut the ring off. It's very difficult when you've got someone who's so sharp on your feet like McKenna is. Try and set the trap, but it's the body trying to do what the mind wants. And that double left hook, he wants to throw it. He's just a split second off, and that's what leaves you. Your timing. Very hard to roll back the years it is, but if anyone wants to do it, I'll be far from shocked if it was Liam Smith here.
You know what Darren said there is perfect. You're telling yourself to do it, your body reacts a little half a second too late, and then it looks like you haven't got it, you can't pull the trigger anymore. But what you can do though is dog your way out of a fight sometimes, dog your way out of trouble, and if anyone could do it, it would be Liam Smith.
Just walks into another cluster though from the fast hands of this spidery Aaron McKenna, who's putting on a really polished performance and sending a message out to the middleweight division here. It's an arrival, isn't it? A bit like Vidal Riley at cruiserweight.
I 100% agree with you there. He's a very, very good fighter. For some that wouldn't have known him, certainly will now. This has been impressive. Nice counter left hook though from Liam Smith.
Oh, his uppercut is all there from Smith. McKenna using that forearm to create a bit of space. Even doing that for a guy who hasn't really boxed loads of seasoned guys, using that forearm, all that sparring he's done over the years, the little tricks of the trade, you can get away with them. Good shot.
Yeah, this is where he needs to roll the dice, Liam Smith, when McKenna holds his feet, then catch counter with a left hook.
I think he's beating Smith in his own game here, actually. A little push him with the shoulder, a little tough, and getting the space to throw those uppercuts and those hooks inside. Smith was the master of that.
He's buried it up, hasn't he, Aaron McKenna? He's boxed really well first 2 or 3 rounds, and now he's trying to take the fight to Liam Smith. Body shots going in, trying to sicken the man from Liverpool, and beat him at his own game.
And there was such a subtle movement there with the feet of McKenna. It was so impressive. To the naked eye, you wouldn't really notice it, but he just took a slight step to his left and just allowed space. He's just done it again there. Very, very smart boxing with the feet.
Well, Darren and I talk about it all the time, that semi-circle for your body, or you master that with a pivot or a spinning or even a step, and McKenna's doing it to a T here.
Brilliant boxing from Aaron McKenna. Liam Smith having to soak it up, punch after punch. At the end of the 8th round. Yeah, but it's one shot, Barry. It's not enough, and McKenna comes back. Oh, what a performance. Can he keep it going? After all the difficulties and the troubles, they are together. It's brilliant.
I'm happier seeing him than I was seeing my father last week. It's ridiculous.
Me too. Absolutely wonderful.
Adam, what are you going to miss my father?
Oh, I'll tell you, my dad I saw the other week. I'm so happy to see Senior here. My hero as a kid. I tell you what, the two U-backs together, the two bets for history.
They play the blinders. They've absolutely played the blinders.
He has all the build-up, hasn't he? Wonderful. And we didn't even know, we weren't told. Special. Very special. Can Liam Smith turn back the clock here into the 9th round? He's losing here, and quite badly against Aaron McKenna. But these are the championship rounds, the rounds that Liam Smith knows. He's still there, he's still battling away.
Well, this is the point of the fight maybe around earlier that Smith thought that his pressure was going to start to play a part here, but I think it's been just as hard for him, or possibly harder for him than it has been for McKenna to this point. And sometimes Father Time just catches up with you. And it's always against a young, fresh guy who's boxing out of his skin, and that's what McKenna's doing right now.
We've just seen father and son come in for the big entrance. Liam's father, Paul, here at ringside as always. The Smith brothers, but Aaron McKenna is just putting on a younger, professional and coming through performance, and he's just too quick, isn't he?
He is, and I'll tell you what, he's shown that he'll be a very, very tough man to beat.
You see Smith here, again, as I mentioned, that muscle memory. He's trying to go through the motions and wonder what he...
Tell you what, don't rule out Liam Smith just yet.
Never rule him out.
Throw to the body off of that as well, Liam Smith. Lovely right hand. He took it on the glove, McKenna. But that's where you can drop down. You're in a position there to drop the left to the body.
The left hook there from Smith. McKenna will firing back in the pressure. That's what you need to do. Lovely right uppercut from McKenna.
Back comes Smith though, a little better, and he needed it. Not over yet. McKenna's Klitschko, some of the great nights, of course. And well, it wouldn't be complete without Senior here. And I know that although they're concentrating on the task in hand, the bench will secretly be happy that everybody's...
Yeah, I mean, the narrative from the fathers, their epic battles, it's so important that they're both here. So I'm thrilled. And so will McKenna with this performance so far. Boxed so smartly, hasn't he? Discipline, good variation with positioning in the ring. The way in which he's let the shots go, taking the power off of the shots every now and again, then they'll let blistering flurry of shots go. Good variation again, lovely left to the body, followed it up with another one. This is good work from McKenna.
And just, you know, we say quite often what you do after the punch is almost as important as the punch itself. And you see when he throws a combination, you see there he spins out of the way of any oncoming traffic. Really good work.
There was a question about championship rounds, about levels, and also about physical strength for Aaron McKenna to come through. Look at that uppercut. I mean, he's put some terrific shots together. Liam Smith trying to find something, muster it from the memory books, but the feet, the legs, the ankle maybe, the hands, just not quite what they were, and McKenna is standing strong.
I think, oh, nice there from Smith. The referee saw that there, little push with the shot with the shoulder. I think Smith's injury free. I do. I just think he just can't get that acceleration anymore. It just happens. You're thinking a quarter of a second slower than usual, and it makes a massive dramatic effect.
It's that classic crossroads match, isn't it? About the young pretender and the old campaigner, the old warhorse, that the young whippersnapper, look at him, dancing around almost, loving this. Beautiful shots from McKenna.
And we have to make it important, even though Smith is struggling to do what he used to be able to do so well. Can't take away the performance here from McKenna, who's boxed really smart. He hasn't got too greedy. He's got the distance right. He's punching after Smith throws. He's moving his feet after he gets a combination off. He's doing everything that he should be doing.
And again, a reminder, it was 9 years ago that he fought Canelo. 9 years.
He's been around so long, Liam Smith. I remember him telling me 3 or 4 years ago, he'll have a couple more. He had those fights with Eubank. Look at that first one. But I think he might go back to Liverpool if this continues at this pace and have a real think. Liam Smith, he's had a fabulous career, and
I'll tell you what, if he does decide to hang up the club, we'll miss him. He's a warrior. Oh, lovely left uppercut.
yeah, he's getting just beaten up a little bit by McKenna now. He's fighting fire with fire, but at the bell he's very weary as he goes back to his red corner. Well, Liam Smith comes out bravely as ever. Let's get over to Carl to see how he's got it to McKenna.
I'd give him McKenna every round up until this stage. The kid has been boxing absolutely out of his skin, beautifully at times, and some of the subtleties and the things that he's doing, Darren touched on it there. I mean, he looks like the way more experienced fighter in there, and we all know that Liam Smith probably isn't the fighter that he once was, but let's not take that away from this performance from McKenna. I would go as far as saying it's a world-class performance at this stage. Unbelievable.
I completely agree with you, Carl. It's a world-class performance. And along with Vidal Riley at British level, a couple of stars are being born here tonight. The stars have aligned to give us Eubank Jr. and Ben. But the names of Vidal Riley and Aaron McKenna are going to be talked about in the weeks to come.
Yeah, definitely. They're passing their test. Well, one's already passed their test. Still time here, but so far it's been all McKenna. I agree with Carl. It's been a fantastic performance. A real coming of age fight this for McKenna, and he's put his name in the hat for big fights.
What a way to announce yourself, mate. Because he hasn't just run around using his physical advantages with the long reach and jabbing and being that busy. He's like Carl said, he's box smashed. So back at times where he's worked around the target really well. He's picked his punches through the uppercuts and the hooks of the body, the straight right hand over the top. He's been fantastic.
And again, the conditioning is something that needs to be commended as well from McKenna. It's very hard when you're early in a contest and your opponent is walking you down or attempting to. You're having to deal with that pressure. It's a big test. You know, that nervous energy, and it's shown how hard he's worked in the gym. Showing again the confidence there, flurry of jabs. But again, the heart desire, the will to win from Liam Smith. There is no quitting him, and there's that double left hook.
He's still trying to find it late on in this 12-rounder, Liam Smith.
And I honestly thought that McKenna was going to give Smith too many gaps, and Smith was going to get to him about the mid-stage. I honestly thought that. And McKenna's been so disciplined.
That's what Liam Smith thought. That's what he's been saying all week. I will drag him into the trenches, but it is McKenna who is fighting fire with fire and trying to put on a really impressive finish. Smith comes back, good action in the 11th.
There's a nod there from McKenna. After that, that's a good combination. A little nod to Smith, like to say, let's go again.
I think he's loved it, Aaron McKenna, tonight.
There's just been so much to like about this performance. But it's the variation. He's very comfortable on the back foot, but he's equally content just standing inside.
Shot there from McKenna again.
Wow. Corner. Cool, calm, he's sprightly. Look at him on his feet now. Aaron McKenna, how hard he's worked for this moment. Liam Smith trying to be cajoled by his corner to say, come on, you need the stoppage. And he does, definitively.
Can you imagine if Liam Smith was to get the victory here?
It's not beyond him. I mean, it looks like it's beyond him in this fight. Well, history will tell you with Smith, he'll fight till the final bell. But McKenna now, feet are the key, not to run. Oh, shots!
Body shot! Down goes Smith in the 12th and final round. Can he make it? He'll just about get to his feet. He's a brave, brave fighter, Liam Smith. And he had to take that. And McKenna could put the icing on the cake here with a stoppage of Liam Smith. And when we thought Liam had to gamble, it's McKenna who's finishing so strongly.
Powerful shots to the body, another dip at the knees of Smith.
Referee having a closer look. Smith fighting back. Look at this bravery from Liam Smith.
Gotta be careful throwing that right hand into the elbow though there, Smith. What a perfectly placed left hook. He did it from so far out, but the angle of the shot was just tremendous.
Give Smith some credit here. I mean, he's dug in, he's got up off the canvas, he's been losing round after round, and he's still trying in there. The old battle-hardened warhorse, former world champion. He's going out on his shield here, Liam Smith, as Aaron McKenna closes brilliantly.
Smith's doing what he's done throughout his career, and just showing how tough he really is. He's going with that skill, but tonight belongs to McKenna. We've got to give him all the praise here. It's just a revelation.
A minute 15 left for Smith to find something. It's looking so unlikely. The power with McKenna as well as the accuracy.
Late as well. Under a shot to the body, 12th round.
Oh, look at this from McKenna. I mean, he started with a beautiful boxing exhibition. He got down and toughed it out in the middle rounds, and look how he's ending the show.
Really protecting that body there, Smith, with the right hand.
Liam Smith will have so much respect for this young Irishman when the bell goes. He's put his shift in, Smith. It's not been his night. Aaron McKenna has been fabulous from start to finish.
What I was saying before he's up with the body shot, but feet are important. They constantly keep moving and spinning and turning.